Hi everyone, we're going to go over the Unit 7 end of unit study guide. So I'm going to pull up my Desmos calculator. And I'm going to make sure that I put in 8th grade NC testing. There we go. So I make sure I have everything in there. Okay, so the first question says a line passes through the points, gives me 2 points. It says a second line passes through those points. What do the two at what point do the two lines intersect? So I have to get myself two equations first. Oopsie. So I know based on my 2 points that I have to do slope. So y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. I know I've got 5 minus negative 1 divided by 0 minus negative 3. So I've got 6 divided by 3, which is 2. So if my formula is y equals mx plus b, I know that my slope is 2. So I'm going to choose one of these 2 points. I'm going to choose this one because it's positive, and I'm going to substitute everything in. So my x is 0, my y is 5. So 5 equals 2 times 0 plus b. So 5 equals 0 plus b, so b equals 5. So my first equation is y equals 2x plus 5. So I'm going to switch colors, and I'm going to do my second equation. So I've got same formula, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So I've got 3 minus negative 2 divided by negative 4 minus 1. So I've got 5 divided by negative 5, which leaves me with negative 1 for my slope. So y equals mx plus b. So I know that my slope's negative 1. I'm going to choose one of the 2 points. I'm going to choose this one this time because they both have negative numbers, but this one has smaller negative numbers. So I'm going to go y equals negative 1. Oops, sorry. Negative 2 equals negative 1 times 1 plus b. So I've got negative 2 equals negative 1 plus b. I'm going to add 1 to each side. So I end up with negative 1 equals b. So my equation ends up being y equals negative x minus 1. So then I'm going to put it into my handy dandy calculator. So y equals 2x plus 5, and then y equals negative x minus 1. Then I'm going to tap where the 2 points intersect, and I get negative 2, 1. And I look over here, and voila, negative 2, 1. All right, let's try the next question. Nathan and Jackson are each saving money. Jackson has $15 saved and plans to save 5 more each week. Jackson has 25 saved and plans to save 4 more each week. How many weeks until they both have saved the same amount of money? All right. So I know that each week is where the slope is. So I've got y equals 5x plus 15. And then y equals 4x plus 25. This represents how much they've already got saved, and that represents how much they're saving each week. So I'm going to get rid of that in each one, put it in my calculator. Y equals 5x plus 15. Y equals 4x plus 25. I've got 1065. So 10 represents the number of weeks that they'll have the same amount of money, that'll take for them to have the same amount of money, and $65 will be what they have. So 10 weeks. All right, this one, they want to know what's the solution. So I just have to find where the 2 points intersect. So that's 1, 6. The next one, when Jeremy made 8 black and white copies, 2 color copies at the copy shop, the cost was $1.20. When he made 10 black and white copies and 10 color copies, the cost was $3. How much do the black and white copies cost? So I know X is the black and white. And Y is the color. So I know 8x plus 2y equals $1.20. And I know that 10x plus 10y equals $3. So those are my two equations. I can't put both of these in because they're not in slope-intercept form. So the first thing I have to do is change them into slope-intercept. So I'm going to subtract 8x. And I end up with 2y equals negative 8x plus $1.20. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. And I end up with y equals negative 4x plus 60 cents. Then I have to change this one around. So I'm going to subtract 10x. So I end up with 10y equals negative 10x plus $3. I'm going to divide by 10. And I end up with y equals, so let's just see, $3 divided by 10 equals 0.3, right? So I end up with negative x plus 0.3. So those are my two equations. So that's what I'm going to put in. So y equals negative 4x plus 0.60. And then I've got y equals negative x plus 0.3. Oops. All right, I'm going to hit the house. Just kind of bring everything back. Oh, I didn't put an X in. And I get, let's see if I can make that any bigger. I get 0.1, so that's 10 cents and 20 cents. So I know X is for the black and white copies, and that's for the color. So I know that the black and white copies cost 10 cents each. All right. Next one. It says a car can travel 25 miles per gallon on the highway and 20 miles per gallon in the city. Car's gas tank can hold 21 gallons. If the car is driving 500 miles on a full tank of gas, how many gallons were used for city driving? Okay, so I know that x plus y equals 21, right? Because that's how many gallons can be in there. X is going to be my highway. And y is going to be the city. And then I know that 25x plus 21y equals 500. Must be like a really big van or something. All right, so now let's see what it pops out. Oh wait, these are not in y-intercept. It's not gonna work. So we've got, goodness gracious sakes alive. So we've got y equals negative x plus 21. And we've got minus 25x minus 25x. So 21y equals negative 25x plus 500 divided by 21. I don't think 500 is divisible by 21. Nope, so we're just going to plug it in like we see it. Y equals negative 25x divided by 21 plus 500 divided by 21. There we go. So we kind of have an easy equation and a harder equation. So let's plug these in. So y equals negative x plus 21. And then we have y equals negative 25 divided by 21 x plus 500 divided by 21. The home button. And we end up with 14.75 and 6.25. So that means that 14.75 gallons were used for highway and 6.25 gallons were used for the city. That took a little bit. Okay, next one. It says, at which point is this solution, is the solution to the system? So it says the graphs on the coordinate plane represent a system of equations. 4 students each plot a point on the same coordinate plane, and they want to know which kid plotted the solution. Dario. Because that's where the 2 lines intersect. Okay, what's the system or the solution? Well, you're going to have a calculator, so y equals negative 8x plus 4. Y equals 2x. Oops, I missed the y. Minus 6. Oopsie. All right, let's hit the house, see where they intersect. and we get 1, negative 4. All right, next one. What's the solution? We're just reading the graph right there. Negative 3, negative 4. Because remember, you always read your x, then your y. All right, Keisha had only pennies and dimes in her change purse. So she only had pennies and dimes. So we're talking about pennies. So x is pennies. And y is dimes. Okay, if she had 6 times as many pennies as dimes, how many pennies did she have? 6 times as many pennies as dimes. So if I multiply the dimes by 6, I'll get the pennies. 6 times as many pennies as dimes. So x equals 6y. When she counted her change, she had 64 cents. So 0.01x plus 0.10y equals 0.64. All right, so now I got to switch these around. So we're going to divide by 6. So we end up with y equals 1/6 x. This one's going to be a little more challenging. So we're going to subtract 0.01x minus 0.01x. So we end up with 0.10y equals 0.01x. And we got to make sure that stays negative. Plus 0.64. Then we're going to divide by 10 cents. So let's make sure we get our decimals in the right place. 0.01 divided by 0.1 is 0.1. So we get y equals negative 0.1x plus, and let's do 64, oopsie, I missed a decimal point, 0.64 divided by 0.1, and I end up with 6.4. So those are my two equations. All right, let's plug them in. Y equals 1 divided by 6, arrow over x, and then y equals negative 0.1x plus 6.4. Hit the house. See where they intersect. 24.4. So those are the pennies, dimes. So she has 24 pennies. All right, which graph shows the solution? Just going to plug them in and see what we got. Y equals 1 divided by 2, arrow over x, plus 5, and y equals negative 3x minus 2. Hit the house. Negative 2, 4. So negative 2, 4 is going to be this one. All right. Which of these have no solution? So no solution means they have the same slope and different y-intercepts. Same slope, different y-intercept. And you can plug this in too. Intercept. There we go. Ooh, I spelled that way wrong. That's better. Okay, so same slope, different y-intercept. Okay, what's the y value? I'm just going to plug it in. Tap 5, 4. The y value is the 4. So you get 5, 4, x, y. All right, 13. We're selling t-shirts. Okay, so we got a youth sizes sell for $10 and adult sizes sell for $15. So you have youth, which is going to be our x, and adult is our y. So it says they sell for $15 each. The organization sells 220 shirts for $2,375. How many adult size t-shirts do they sell? So we know that x plus y equals 220 because we don't know how many of each they sold. We know 10x plus 15y equals 2,375. So we got to change these into y-intercept form. So I'm going to subtract x. And I end up with y equals negative x plus 220. And then this one's a little bit harder. Minus 10x. So I end up with 15y equals negative 10x plus 2,375 divided by 15. I know that y equals negative 10x divided by 15 because that's going to leave a decimal and we don't want decimals. So then we're going to do 2,375 and we're going to see if it's divisible by 15. I think it is. Oopsie, that's not the right number, 15. Nope, it's not. So we're just going to go 2,375 divided by 15. Okay, and we're going to plug that into our graphing calculator here. So y equals negative x plus 220, and then y equals negative 10 divided by 15, arrow over x plus 2,375 divided by 15. Hit the home button. There are our lines. Tap. And we get 185 and 35. So we got 185. So we know these are the youth shirts and these are the adult shirts. So let's see. They want to know about the adult shirts. So that would be 35 adult shirts. All right. They want to know which one is a solution of 3, 8. So we're going to plug that in. Y equals 2x plus 2. Y equals 3x minus 1. And we got 3, 8. First try. So all you're doing is plugging and playing. All right, let me know if you have any questions. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.